My name's Robin Ryder. I was in Kenya in 2001 to 2003. In 2001, it was 30% AIDS, so that was a huge education on my part. My counterpart died of AIDS after about 6 months. The babies named Robin, 2 of them. One died, one lived. The cow named Robin was eaten at a funeral. I worked with the Luos the first year, and it was the richest experience I ever had in my life.
My name is Alyssa Lowe, and I was a public health volunteer in Kenya from 2004 to 2006. And the closest market town to where I was stationed was called Ringa. We were about halfway between Kisumu and Kisii. After coming back from Peace Corps, I started a nonprofit organization with my family called Row Charities at the time. We have grown and expanded our work and are now called the Terra Project. We've actually been partnering with some schools that are close to the area where I was in Peace Corps, and helping them to build up their infrastructure. It's really been a wonderful experience for me, and so it's that's the thing that I really appreciate about Peace Corps, because the friendships that I created and that sense of having a second home halfway around the world is really special to me.
My name's Shannon Heinz, and I live in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I was a Peace Corps volunteer in Kenya from 2005 to 2007, and I was a public health volunteer in Nyahururu. One thing that was wonderful, I ended up sort of through happenstance and things that got sent to me in the mail starting a library, a lending library out of my home for the school children and the adults in the area. And by the end of my service, that had turned into a project with the Rotary Club and with libraries in the US, and we had over 3,000 books that were donated and that were moved to an orphanage for AIDS orphans. And the idea of housing the library there was that it would allow the community members to come to the orphanage and borrow books from there, and thereby almost ensuring that there would be interaction between these children who either were HIV positive or whose parents were killed because of HIV and AIDS, hopefully lowering the stigma a little bit and making allowing for these connections to be more real for the children. And one of my most favorite memories comes out of that. I invited all of the kids in my neighborhood to my house and had a bunch of coloring supplies, and so they made all of these wonderful cards and wrote letters, and I took photos that I sent to everyone who had donated books. So all of the people in the US got all of these cards and handwritten notes from the children, kind of bringing everything full circle. And it's just one of many really great things that I felt like not only was I able to give in a little bit of a way, but I was able to receive so much more. And I encourage anyone who is thinking about Peace Corps or anyone who's come back to think about it's not about changing the world, it's about touching someone's life, and touching someone's life overseas and then coming home and trying to touch someone's life here as well. And if we, I know that I was able to help people overseas, and I've been able to do it here. And I think that means I've lived a great life. So,
That's right. That's great. Fantastic. Yeah, that's.
My name is Ariel Miles. I was serving in Kenya from 2009 to 2011. The name of my village was Kakoneni. I was teaching at Kakoneni Girls Secondary School. Best memories would be in the classroom with my girls. Some
The girl you remember or anything?
Well, there are some particularly bright girls. Faith Mwazige was the best student in the class. She'll be taking her exams soon, actually. Lucy Esther was also a good student. And Elina Mwambire was the most friendly. I don't know. You can sense this spark in someone. She was actually the first student that talked to me when I first got to the school. And the next day she's like, "Do you remember my name?" And I did remember. And I don't exactly know how I'll keep in touch with her. But I need to do that. Yeah.
Okay, good. Now.